The question is wrong. The question is not how, but the question is when. That is what I am saying, that it is possible when there is a fusion, mutation between the thinker and thought, between the observer and observed, when there is no division. As long as the division is there, observer is there, I is there is no question of that otherness, the awareness. This is a strange process that I, when it is fed up of its agony, suffering, pain, and it somehow understands this is not all. There must be something beyond all these things. It is getting a flash, getting a subtle awareness, a message that there must be something. This is not all life. Life is not all these mental pollutions. And therefore, there is a yearning to be available to the otherness, to the awareness, to the divinity, to the non-doer. Awareness is the non-doer. Although every doing is possible because of the connection with that awareness in the body. Connection of intelligence, the Chaitanya. Awareness means Chaitanya, intelligence. And that means life. And that connection of life is available in the body. And that connection is the real doer. But it is also the non-doer. Because it is directly not doing anything. It is doing through a separative psyche I. And that I, if it remains only as a coordinator, as it is happening in the technical world, without getting into psychological registrations and entanglement, then that I, instead of doing, will still be available to non-doership, because it is not entangling, not getting involved positively or negatively. There is a choice-less-ness, withdrawal from psychological registration, which is actually the separative process, and that is not there. And therefore, this I, although a technical coordinator, is still available to non-doership in the sense it understands that the real doer, because of which I am able to do, that is sitting quietly. And whatever it is performing through my karma-indriya, which is available, through other gyana-indria, which are available. By utilizing this, that non-doer is functioning by utilizing this, and it is functioning through another I, which is merely coordinating the knowledge. Knowledge creates this I and my knowledge. It is merely coordinating knowledge which is stored up in the memory. So this process is happening. But to meet that non-doer, I have a yearning to meet that non-doer. That non-doer is divinity. And I has a feeling that this is the thing. And there must be a meeting between me and the non-doer. But that is not possible. As long as this separation is there and awareness is whole, it is Chaitanya, it is not chitta-vrittiti. As long as it is there, there is no meeting. So, when the otherness happens, this-ness goes. There is no way. So all these people who say that I have experience in God, they are all shits. They are all conditioned reflexes from the knowledge about God or expectation about meeting God. They are conditioned reflexes. So this divinity is not an experience, it is existence. And therefore there is no way to experience experience it. It is not in the experience structure, the ego structure. This is the beauty of the whole thing. That there is a yearning created by I to meet the other, the non-I, the non-doer. But when the meeting happens, there is no I. This separative I is gone. So therefore, this meeting is not possible. And when that is possible, there is a total mutation and fusion. There is no separative process. So, all these stories that devotee is meeting divinity, Bhakta or Bhagawan, they are meeting, these are all fanciful stories. There cannot be any meeting. Because when the Bhagavan is there, Bhakta goes. Because as long that Bhakta is there, that is not Bhakta, it is vi-bhakta. And vi-bhakta can never meet the whole, the Bhagavan. So there cannot be any meeting between me and God. Although I am seeking God, I am yearning for God. But when that process happens, God means no division. When the process happens, the divisive I is gone. Which means, if I tell ordinary language, is that if I want to meet God, there can never be a meeting. And if the meeting happens, there is no I. So therefore there cannot be any meeting. It's a paradox, it's a riddle, but this is so. You see, the content of consciousness in the outer world, for example, the consciousness of the outer world, the content is this bed. And there is a dichotomy between my body and my bed. And therefore I can use this bed. I am sitting on the bed. And if I don't want to use the bed, I can go and sleep on the floor. Because the dichotomy is there between my body and the bed, I can do what I want to do. But then this I is just a coordinator which enables me to handle the bed and to use the bed or not to use the bed. Because there is a dichotomy between I means this body and the bed. But in the inner world, say I have, say any mental pollution, any psychological problem, say fear. I and fear, is there any dichotomy? Is it that I have here I have a bed or I have no bed? But inner world, is it that I have a fear or I have no fear? Just find out. It is not that I have fear or I have no fear. I is fear. It is the fear which is creating another fragmentation. Fear is full of fragmentation. It is creating another fragmentation which is I. And it is imagining that this I is outside the fear. And it is imagining that this I can use the fear or control the fear. Just as this I is using the bed, controlling the bed, or not using, not controlling. But this I cannot do that. If I wants to control fear, who is controlling? The fear itself is trying to control. Because it is fear is I is fear. There are no two. This is very difficult to understand. That there are no two in the inner consciousness, in the inner being. In the outer being there is two. And I is very useful. But in the inner being, this whole I is an illusion. It's a false division, false fragmentation. And whatever I is doing or not doing, it is only giving continuity to fear. When it tries to control fear, it is complicating the fear. This we don't understand because of our tremendous heavy conditioning that I is something which exists. It does exist as a practical entity coordinator in the outer world, but in the inner world there is no such thing. It's a total illusion. Can this be this is the real message of Swadhyaya, the Shankya, the beginning of Kriya Yoga. So now, please understand that God is not truth, but truth is God. God is a lie created by the I, that illusion I. And God is another illusion of this I. And therefore these two illusions are protecting each other. So God is a total lie. God is not truth, but truth. That the I is an illusion, which is perpetuating itself by its ultimate greed, which is God. Its ultimate garbage, which is God. Ultimate craving for permanency, which is God. So it is not that God is truth. God is a lie of the I, but truth is God. The truth that I is illusion is a division. It's a separation from life. This truth is God, is life, is love, is everything. Similarly, it is not that God exists. God does not exist. But existence is God. The essence of existence is God. God exists is a fascination and imagination of that illusion I. God does not exist. But the whole existence, the whole essence of eternal existence, that is God. That is divinity. The very fact that an experience is happening is enough proof that what you are experiencing is not real. It's a conditioned reflexes. Because the reality, the divinity, is not experience, it is existence. Experience is alright in technical world. When you want to be a carpenter or a tailor or a publisher of a journal, it's okay, printing of a journal, their experience is alright. But experience in matter spiritual has no validity whatsoever.